Alright, I had me a thought here. I got mowing the grass this morning. I thought, how many people get to mow grass? Many of you people out there who never mowed grass, I'm going to give you a little bit of an example of how it's done here, and I'm going to do a section at a time. This thing here is called a lawnmower. You see I've already had it using this morning. It makes noise when you crank it up, and it just mows the grass for you. All you gotta do is just follow it along and point it in the right direction. This morning, as you can see, it's overcast. I'm expecting rains. I've got this here new modern technological eyeglass of mine that I can see the future through, and it's called a telephone. You turn the doggone thing on and go to the right areas, and it will show you what's going on in the near future. This is my little crystal ball. Now what I'm doing here, you can see I'm setting up the weather pattern. Find out down below it's a lot of bad weather, and it's approaching our area. It's coming from the south to the north. So I know already, as smart as I am, I know that it's going to rain and it's going to get nasty this afternoon. So I'm going to mow this morning even though the grass is still wet. Normally you wait till the grass is dry so it don't make quite as big of a mess like that, but you know what the heck, that's what water hose is for. So I'm going to set this camera up, and I'm going to try to do this in sections where you can see what physical effort is all about. We spend a week or 2 weeks, even 4 weeks, waiting for the grass to grow just for the chance to get out here and mow it. Isn't that wonderful? And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this with you. I mean, you know, really tell I'm bored. Number one, I'm mowing grass. Number two, I'm making videos of it. How cool is that, huh? So yeah, I'm going to set this up in different areas and mow different areas, and then you'll get to see a little bit of what physical effort is all about. A lot of us spend our life never ever cranking up a lawnmower, never touching one. Well, here I'm going to mow a little bit out front here. I've already got some out on a plateau out there, and so when the air boaters come in, they can see if there's a snake laying there, because oftentimes they come in barefooted. You know, weekend warriors, they think they're pretty tough, and they come in barefooted, and every once in a while they'll have a close call. Haven't actually had a person get bit here yet. We have had a dog get bit. It cost that man upward of $5,000 to save that stinking dog. I think I'd have thrown that sucker on a barbecue grill. But that's here, life here in the Everglades. Okay, I'm gonna go over and crank up this here go-riller and mow this area here, and then I'm gonna turn my camera and mow another area, and do a section at a time like that. So you just stand by here and watch me. This is gonna be very exciting.
Got a tiger by the tail that's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. Well, I'm a losing weight and I'm turning mighty pale. Looks like I've got a tiger by the tail.
Wee, boy, dog, Henry. Don't you just feel all excited and pumped up, huh? Don't it make you just want to run out into the street and grab a car and turn it over, huh? And that's what it's all about. I was going to mow some up in here, but I started throwing grass toward my camera, and we sure as hell don't need that. So I'm going to change my direction of the camera now, and after I drop the camera a couple of times, just for good times, just see how tough it is, I guess. And then I'm going to go over here and weed eat some of the bank over here. By the way, this is a weed eater, not a true lawnmower as we know it. This thing is set up with no front wheel, wide open, big enough wheels in the back. It handles very easily, balances very well, easy to handle. Look at that. And wide open in the front for easy access to cut weeds, sling it out. Most lawnmowers trying to do this, it just, everything, all the grass stick together, just ball up, and you'd have an awful damn mess. I've done a number of them, and trust me, I know good from bad. And this is good. One thing I have to watch is, too much grass getting on the top here and cutting off the airflow, which could cause it to overheat. So I've got to be careful of that. Try to scrape it off every once in a while. Don't take a whole lot of effort. Just need to pay attention. This will cause it to overheat, especially when you're mowing heavy grass. And this is just because the moisture, the water in the grass, it causes it to plug up like that. Okay, we're going to go over here and cut another area off over here. That where I've got to go off the edge with this machine. This is a Mower brand mower, and of course there's a half a dozen different brands of this type of machine out there. So you just they run about $450 roughly, $450, $475, something like that, but well worth it if you've got an area like this that's rough. We've got potholes out here, we got little cypress knees and stumps sticking up, and the turtles of course keep tearing it up the ground, so it's important to have something that'll work the area relatively easy. Got the corn on the cob right there. You let it dry out and it's good for wiping your butt. You can use 3 sides of it if you're careful. Alright, let's go get my machine and we'll mow an area here.
Hey Joe, where'd you find that pearly girlie? Where'd you get that jolly dolly? How'd you rate that dish I wish was mine?
That didn't go too well. I haven't changed the strings on this thing lately, and what's happened is it stripped all the strings off it, so I got to go find some more strings and get them cut and replace the strings on this thing so it can continue to work, but it done gone plumb bald on me. Look at that. No cutting devices. Alright, well, I'll be back with that stuff and we'll see what we can do with it. It's really not all that hard to do. Just got to remember what I did with the cutting devices. I think I know. Alright, I got them. The younger brother, Rich, bought this thing for me, this device, this Murray, in Kissimmee somewhere up there, and brought it down to me, and he was thoughtful enough to bring me some extra cutting edges. This is nothing more than monofilament. This is like you use for fish, for fishing. You just cut it to the length you need it and stick them in there. First thing I need to do is determine how long I need them, and shouldn't take a whole lot to do this. I should be smart enough to do this. I think I got a good idea. I don't know how long they're supposed to be. That's way too long, pretty sure. So I'm gonna figure, yeah, that's way too long again. That thing would take the wheel right off. I don't want to reach out here and touch the wheel. That would be disastrous. So I'm gonna start off by cutting them roughly an arm's length, and we'll try that and see what happens. If it takes off the wheel, I'll know to shorten it up next time. I'm gonna go over here and cut this. Okay, got it. Alright, here we go. Now all I gotta do is figure out how to string this thing. Shouldn't be too difficult, right? A moron should be able to figure this out, right? Okay, I'm gonna take a wild shot at it. Since I wasn't smart enough to look at it ahead of time, I've got to figure out how to do this. I believe that I can. Not the simplest thing I've ever done, but again. Surely I got the intelligence to do this. Okay, now I want to try to get the ends of it pretty much the same length. Well, that looks pretty good to me. We'll just have to try it and see what happens. We'll see if I can remember how I done that first time. And it's supposed to get easier each time you do something like this. They say repetition makes things easier. Makes sense to me. I don't know who the hell wrote that, but it makes sense to me. Alright. Ain't doing too bad here. Almost look like I know what I'm doing, don't it? A professional would have already had this done, right? Especially, you know, me being a heavy equipment mechanic, you think I could handle something so simple like this. I mean, how hard can it be to string a weed eater, huh? If I've done this right, they'll stay in there. If I didn't do it right, they're coming out. Alright, let's go back here and make another pass at this thing. Okay, all I gotta do to get this thing to make noise again, we'll be in business. Look at that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, what do you think of that? Aren't you all ready to hyperventilating?
Hey,
most of you people out there that's going to be watching this can do this.
she's got skin that's creamy, dreamy, eyes that look so lovey-dovey, lips as red as cherry berry wine. Now listen, Joe, I ain't no hero, but oh, buddy, let me tell you how I
that
feel.
a person can't get out and do something like this, knowing that it's destroying their health, destroying their lives, by laying there and doing nothing, being absolutely useless, worthless to the world. All you gotta do is just a little bit of want to. You get started in something and it progresses. Once you get started in something and you get interested in it, regardless of what it is, you're gonna have to go on and stay with it and complete your task. And then once you're done, if it's washing dishes, you're gonna be proud. Look, my sink is clean, my kitchen is clean. Look, my living room clean. All the dog hair has been vacuumed up. The cat's been kicked out. The old man, I got his ass off the couch, got him out in the yard mowing grass. You know, something to other. You know, it's just there's so many people have just lost their lives because they won't get out and do things. Men are subject to be couch potatoes. And it's true, they just lay right there and die. They just get bigger, lazier, lose the desire to go on to accomplish anything. It's a terrible thing. It's not until they do have a heart problem, a serious health problem, and they're looking at face to face with death, that all of a sudden they want to do something. Well, you're a little bit late to do the right thing now. You got to get off your ass, get motivated. Just do a little thing. How do you think an anthill got built? An ant. I just realized something. That camera's upside down, ain't it? Boy, what else do I do? Okay. Well, yeah, an ant will take one grain of sand at a time and build a mountain out of it. A little bit of want to, a little desire. Get off your butts and do something. Even if you like this here where I turn the camera upside down. Wee, boy doggy. What else do I do? Damn.